I'm from Ben High, and I am a sophomore.
And we have Jacob.
Hi, I'm Jacob Lair. I'm a sophomore at Mountain View.
Thank you, Jacob. Veronica.
Hi, sorry, I can't turn my video on because my iPad's not working and my computer's now shutting off, so sorry about that. But I'm Veronica and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, Veronica.
Thank you. Perla. Perla, you're mute, Perla. We can hear you, yes? Perla? I think you're mute. Well, we go to Perla. Let me see. We have Alondra.
It looks like she's trying to connect to audio.
Oh, okay. So we'll see Perla. Mariana.
My camera's broken, so I can't turn it on. But my name is Mariana Macias. I am a sophomore at Ben High.
Thank you. And then we have, who else we have here? Let me see. Anna, Perla. Let's see. I have in the chat, Perla, I think has some difficulties with connection. Perla, if you, I see your microphone off. So are you able, or maybe you can type in the chat? Okay, Perla is a 10th grader and she is at Primeville High School in Primeville. So that's what we have. And let me see who else. I hope, is there anybody I didn't call yet? No? We have other students that they might join, other students that have extra classes. So I really appreciate all of them because this is not during the regular class. This is an extra mile that they're doing to meet all of you. They have a nice assignment to do and they are really excited with this moment. So let's go with the questions. The students prepare 4 questions, the same questions for all of you, for you too. And if there's extra time, we have 2 more questions, but let's go. And I think the first question that we have is from, let me see who's here. Mariana.
Okay, the first question is, what is your current vision about the mural?
Do you want to go first, Carly?
Sure.
I go first either way.
You can go first.
Okay. My current vision, obviously with the help of Carly, is to see all the different types of things come together that represent Latinx culture, and not only have beautiful colors and artwork, but to be a powerful statement that makes makes Latinx people feel connected to it, and have feelings of belonging while looking at the mural, and feelings of hope and growth, but also to invite other people of different ethnicities to want to learn more about our cultures.
Yes. I just want to add that we heard a lot of things during our listening session, so it's a lot to put all into one.
I think we have some difficulties with the system.
one piece of art. So it's been really special to get to meet. Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. You were frozen for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, am I back?
You're back, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I was just saying that one of the things that we heard was folks saying many different complicated aspects of their Latinx experience. Some folks, I'm here, we want to represent the past, we want to recognize our ancestors, we want to show graduation and sports and all of these different pieces. And so we've really been working hard together to try and pull together a cohesive vision. So it's been a true collaboration. So that's part of the vision for the mural, between hearing all of what you all had to say and other community members, and between us too. Yeah, something where folks can see themselves and hopefully a future, homage, like honoring the past too.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to our second question. I think we have here Madeline, please.
How do you plan on collaborating together creating the mural?
I'm sorry, what was that first
Can you
part?
repeat it? Yeah.
How do you plan on collaborating together creating the mural?
Did you say how do you plan?
How do we plan?
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go first? Melinda?
Okay.
Yeah.
So one way is thankfully for Zoom, we're able to share our pieces, and we've been meeting a couple times already to share what we've worked on. So we like give ourselves a little homework and we work on separate parts. And so what's great about having a collaboration is, you know, Carly has all these amazing strengths and really cool ways that I would probably see it different, but that's what I love is that her vision is a little different than mine and my style is a little different than hers. So we do our homework separately, and then we're gonna meet through Zoom and combine them together. Kind of like we're gonna share our screen, and almost like a quilt, we're gonna quilt together the different pieces of art. Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, well said. And just like logistically, we're each drawing digitally, just in terms of like the technique that we're working with. We're drawing out different scenes and different images that we agreed upon to kind of represent what we heard in the meetings, and then drawing them digitally, and like you said, Melinda, putting them together in a Procreate document. That'll be our final like draft for the mural. Before it starts to get painted, we'll have created this digital example of what we hope to create with everybody.
Great. Wow. Very ambitious type of work. Okay.
It's a
No,
lot.
really, it's a lot of work. Especially
It's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun
Okay.
though, because we sit around and we say like, how do we represent this thing? What do you think about what we're trying to say?
Yeah. Here we have our fourth question from our student Perla. Perla, are you able to, or you can, yeah, there we go. We can hear you now. Let me see. Perla, yeah. Okay, all the students, Perla, maybe you still have difficulties. Perla, okay.
There she goes.
She typed, this is how this mural is going to be impact in the Latinx community in Bend. How do you think?
So I think it'll impact the Latinx community. I know for myself, living in Bend, moving here a few years ago, I didn't feel like there was a whole big Latinx community. And only now being a part of this group and the last few Zooms that we've all been, it's so inspiring to me to see other people coming together and more of a community and realizing there's so many of us. And so I think it'll impact the rest of the Latinx community in that same way, that, hey, we're here, and here's something that I can relate to and feel proud of and feel like I'm a part of, whether they painted it with us or not. Just coming to view it and knowing it's there has got to be a good feeling, because representation does matter. And I remember growing up, and when I saw representation in films or in other places, I get really excited and feel a connection to that. So I think it'll have a positive impact that'll allow the community to know that we're all here, and there is a community of us.
Thank you.
I think another hope for the mural, at least in my mind, is number one, just to have an opportunity, hopefully in the spring when it all is put onto the wall, an opportunity for folks to get together and work together and create something that's co-created. It's been a really special process to get to work with such a big group of folks, and also hopefully get everyone to get their hands dirty a little bit later, and also have, like you said, Melinda, a place where folks can go, but also make that space where folks are already going and transiting through, like, feel a little bit more at home. And hopefully this is just the first of more projects like this to come.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it's a nice diverse group, right? Different ages. So what you have here right now is the youth of the total group that they're collaborating or giving their feedback to all of you two great artists. So that is really, really nice. So we still have a little bit more of time, and we have 2 more questions. So let's see, I think we have, so all the students got the questions. So I don't know if, Jacob, do you have the questions with you up here? Do you want please to ask number 5? Thank you.
As an artist, which current art world trend are you following?
Do you want to go first this time?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Just talk about art that I like, is that kind of, or more like my influences? I've been really influenced by amplifier art and a lot of the protest art that's come out after these times. One reason or thing that I always am thinking about is, like, what is the impact of what I'm making and what is it saying? So some of the really strong protest art, that's been a big influence on me. I also am always looking at different street artists because I think it's a really, like, really grassroots because it's on the street and it's public. I'm really into public art because everyone has access to it, whereas in a museum, folks might not be able to get to it or afford to see those types of art. So public art is another big inspiration. All across South America, I'm always looking through Instagram and saving my favorite artists. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and for me, I've always been inspired by a lot of classic art, and so I mean, I'm really big on Renaissance art and all the shading and how intricate they get, and not just because it's so detailed, but because it brings out the soul or the spirit of the person so beautifully. And I've noticed now there's this kind of unique trend going where they're taking that style and, you know, getting this beautiful dramatic lighting and all that, but kind of adding a more fresh, maybe modern subject. You know, in the Renaissance, they're in older clothes, or even different art, you know, times of art. But now it's kind of like just maybe a girl sitting at a coffee shop, or they're having these simple moments doing laundry, hanging out with her dog. There's this one artist I really like who does that. Her name on Instagram is Lois VB, I think, but she'll take those little moments and make them really magical with the same lighting and the shadow. And so for me, I love art that kind of brings out that magic in the small moments and small objects that we experience every day.
Thank you. Wow. That's
the other influence.
Yes.
Can I just add one other thing? I was gonna
Sure,
say?
of course.
I'm also really influenced. So in my day job, I work as a librarian. So I'm really influenced by kids' illustration and graphic novels too.
Nice.
It's kind of got that similar street art feel. But that's so cool to hear that, Melinda. We have different.
Yeah. And
We're
they
just
kind but
supplement
they
each
go
other.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, they complement. Very, very good. So, we are going into our last questions that the students prepare for you. So, I think, Veronica, if you have with you the list of questions, I will invite you, please, to ask the last questions that we have. Veronica?
Yeah, I would totally would, but you didn't email me actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't-
sorry. I sent to the whole group.
I
I
had
sent to
to
the
ask.
whole.
I had
Yeah.
to ask Karen for the link. So yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I'll send, and I have a few that bounced back the email. Well, anyway, Madi, do you have the list with you? Could you please ask the? Okay, thank you.
Right here. Okay. What question is it? The fourth one?
The sixth question.
Oh, the fifth. Okay. Is this the first time that you are working together on a mural? If so, what are other artistic works have you worked on together?
This would be the first time. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're just getting to know each other. Yeah.
wow.
But hopefully not the last time though. It'd be fun to do some
Hopefully
more
not.
murals. Yeah.
Yeah. In the focus group that we participated twice, it looks the way how you interact with each other. It looks like you work for a long time together.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what some of my students mentioned in the class. This is,
Yeah.
do you know where did they work? Do you know what did they do?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have time. If they have the time, you guys are gonna ask her. But it really looks how, the professionalism and the willing to do something for the community, taking into consideration the youth voice, the older adults, the middle age. That was the group. Very, very nice, very rich experience of the focus group. But it show how you work really good. Actually, I thought that you guys worked for
Yeah.
for years in other projects. Wow, that
I
is
hope so.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign that we're going to
Yeah.
be collaborating well. And I think it has to do with artists. I teach art and music, and I notice when I'm teaching art, as soon as I start talking to these young artists of all ages, we connect really strongly because we have this similar thing. Like we already get each other, before you get too into really knowing each other, your favorite colors and foods and all that. But we get each other because, our passion is in the same thing. So maybe it's partially that too.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
And I think we've also been meeting, and I mean, part of it, anytime you're collaborating with someone, it's really important to like spend some time just
Yeah.
or, we do our Zoom calls and stuff. So I think that's part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Mrs. Schwartz, I don't want to be on the spot, but do you have any comments or questions to our artists? Something that you want to share with us?
I was listening, and I'm so proud of this team, especially the artists. Right now, you guys are in a very important spot for our community, just expressing not just yourself, but also the community thoughts and feelings, which is very important. And you guys are going to you're going to put in a piece of art, a lot of community and worldwide issues that they're going to be judged. And I hope you guys are ready because that is hard. It's tough. That is a tough. So my question would be maybe how, because we know murals are very, very powerful in every single community, but how you guys going to make this unique, like a very band, because it's for band, right? It's going to, right. So how you guys are going to try to reflect Ben's spirit and personality on top of the issues, social issues that we are going through right now? I know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Carly
We
actually
think
had a really great idea where she wants to put the cascades up in part of it to kind of connect it, to Bend. So, have the cascades up in part of the background of it, in the landscape. And so that will also be incorporated there. So that's one thing I can think of. But as we still put it together, that actually brings up some new ideas now. Hearing you ask that question, maybe incorporating some more Bend landmarks or Central Oregon landmarks.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a fingerprint,
right.
Ben's mural. What I can identify wherever I go to visit my family in Colombia or visit my family in Spain or wherever they are. I can show that, or they can figure it out very easily. Oh, that is from, you are from Ben.
Yeah.
That is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think part of one of the things, techniques or strategies we're going to try and use is by having images of youth and folks that live here. I mean, maybe not necessarily exact portraits of individuals. Well, maybe we might involve images of people who live here, but we're talking about folks graduating, for folks doing sports, some of the things that are popular that high schoolers might experience. That type of thing is something we've talked about. And I had another one, but I forgot it. It'll come back.
Are you guys going to also show or include a piece representing the Native Americans?
Oh, yeah.
I guess you are.
Yeah, we actually are working on one right now that shows, so it's kind of like a tunnel. So on one side, we're going to have the indigenous, that indigenous sport. I can't think of the name of the sport, but they're playing, it's a sport where they actually have a ball and it kind of goes through a hoop too. And so I've been sketching out some stuff like that. And then, have sports on the other side that might be basketball now, or different sports that are in high school now. And just seeing, to me, that's really special because you're seeing, all of it come together in a way. We're still connected to our ancestors in that way, in many ways.
That's what we're hoping to, on one side, connect past and future, kind of see.
Nice.
Are you guys planning to include something related to our migrant workers who have been working and serving our big farms? I'm just asking.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry to be so like.
Oh no.
If there's something that you're like, we need this to be in there, like,
yeah.
And we will,
Yeah, it actually gives me an idea for the Bend stuff, like, maybe including like the old mill stacks or something like that in there, because so that we know, where it's at. So it kind of brought some ideas on. So hearing everybody's questions and thoughts it's all good.
Excellent.
And I think
including our economy, what we are working on right now. So cerveza.
Yeah, craft beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The other Bend thing is like the aesthetic and the colors, and I think having lived here too will bring some of that to our design.
I can't wait to see you working, hands-on with our students. So I want to be sensitive about the time. And again, we really, really appreciate both your time. Mrs. Schwartz, thank you for this opportunity to be with us. I just want to mention that after this interview, so our students have the nice work to compile, put together from different high schools, right? And have from their own perspective what this interview was as experience and narrate all what you share with us. And it's going to be published, as I mentioned. And then from the group of all Avanza 1 students, 3 students will be selected to represent all our students to next week to the city council that they're going to go. They are interested to see what the youth is doing. So 3 of them I'm going to represent, as I mentioned, the group and talk about what this experience was talking with the artist, the focus group, and also what do they expect as a youth from the city of Bend. So what the authorities can do. So hopefully it will be a great experience for our 3 students. And thank you again, Ali from Landwatch. She was asking if there's any possibility for you as an artist. She asked us, but my students already are doing a lot of work. Is there any sketch that you might want to send to Landwatch so when they present next 20th at 7 p.m. so maybe they can present kind of like in a PowerPoint presentation and see a little bit where you guys are in terms of the art so the students can talk about this piece. It's already past the time with the focus group and now we are a little bit more than a month. So it's just, I don't know if one of you can contact Ali and send maybe one graphic or one sketch or one model. So when the students talk, that they can also show the graphic and what you together they made. It was really nice, the focus group, so the 2 areas. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
On the 18th, we should have something, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so any other comment from our students before we say goodbye to our great artists? And again, thank you so much for this.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. I'm like tearing up hearing all you guys.
I'm so excited about it. I appreciate you kids, taking the interest and all of that. It feels special to have the youth as a part of this. It makes it better.
Yeah, we're looking forward, and I totally convinced that our youth, our students can do a lot from home for our community under these circumstances. Through the pandemic, they can do a lot for our community. And thanks to your guidance. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mrs. Parks. Thank you, Jacob, Madi, Veronica, and Mariana. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.